Wow, fancy seeing you here. Entrez-vous. Hello, everybody. This is Brittany.
And
this
Scott.
Is my silent husband, Scott.
The signal.
So we are doing our rather belated, much requested walkthrough video of the main house here at Château du Pont. We have been here for about a month. Is it right?
No, in here? Like,
well, we've been in France for about a month. Yeah, we've been in here in this house for about 2.5 weeks. And so I wish that we had filmed this when we first got here, but we have been so busy just trying to move furniture in, getting basic things set up, electricity and water and internet and all that sort of stuff, that we just haven't had time. So what you're seeing is not really a true before. It's not like we just moved in today. We've done a little bit throughout the house, and we'll show you what we've done. Mostly kind of just furnishing it to make it livable, really. But we'll show you what we've done as we go through room by room, and then we'll also point out some of the things that we are going to be working on over the next few years, because this is going to be a multi-year project. Maybe a decades-long project, who really knows? But we are in the entryway right now, as you can see. And you probably also see this lovely chandelier lying on the ground. That is because we're not really a fan of the current chandelier that's in place. And we found this really beautiful one out of Bracant. You're probably also hearing our little children, Logan, the cat, meowing at you from the other room. Sorry if you hear that. But we found this really gorgeous chandelier out of Bracant, and we think it'll look really lovely in here. So we will be putting that up hopefully in the near future. But yeah, other than that, we haven't really done a whole lot in this space. Like I said, aside from kind of putting some furnishings in, we've got a little bit of artwork. We have purchased a mirror to cover the previous holes the previous owners left behind. So that, I think it's actually arriving today. It's being delivered today, so we'll be able to put that up soon. We have a very large mirror here. I know that we also want to put a coat rack in this space for when guests walk in, especially in winter. You know, you need somewhere to put your coats. So we're on the lookout for that. And we've got our little umbrella stand. This is one of my favorite features. Do you want to talk about it, Scott? 'Cause I'm the rambling host right now.
So there's a series of postcards that we've found. This one was left by the previous owners. We found one online, but it had writing all over it.
Yes.
And then we've come across these other postcards. Oh yeah, that one. I forgot I ordered that.
Identical, but this one's clean.
Yeah.
So we might put this in one of the gîtes maybe when we get those fixed up and ready to go.
Still have to translate the message that the previous writer put on it. We recently discovered this one showing the back of the property from the road. Yeah. We believe this one, I was told that this photo was taken about 1890. Not completely certain on that, but that's most likely the case, because I believe there was a photographer traveling around this area around that time.
Yeah, and this was the first one that we saw of it when we were searching for images of Château du Pont. This is the first one that we found. And then we've come across a couple other ones online we're still trying to hunt down.
Where's the aerial one?
That one's packed away somewhere. We do have another one.
I thought I brought that with me. I'll have to see.
So yeah, we do have another one that's an aerial shot, kind of looking down. But this one was really cool because Scott actually just found this randomly at a vide-grenier. There was a box full of postcards, and he flipped through and found this one. And we had never seen this one online, so we didn't really know it existed. But
yeah, we've come across all the other ones originally online through various old websites, a couple of eBay listings. But yeah, this one I had never seen before.
Yeah.
And it was very surprising to see it because it shows...
This is the walled garden, yeah, which we'll do a little outside tour as well to show the grounds.
And then the aerial postcard that we also purchased, you can see just a hint of it right here. There's a little bit of a fence that goes down to the river. Mm-hmm. There was a path that went between the property and the walled garden to the river, and the lay of the land is quite different from what it is currently. So
yeah.
we're trying to figure out why that is.
But we definitely see our neighbors. So we can still see these neighbors across the river there and a house there. I mean, this is absolutely our property. We recognize it, but it is very interesting to see how it's changed over, 100 years.
Yeah,
or so.
such as this fireplace no longer existing and there now being a window there.
Yeah, I think we might later, in a future video, kind of go through what's changed that we can tell that we've been able to discover has been changed on the property, various chimneys or windows or things like that. I think that'd be another fun future video.
This is our front door.
Yes, the front door. Actually, where did it go? Here, do a cut. All right, and a few last little things to show you in the entryway. One, this is our nephew Harry's room.
He'll be coming to stay with us shortly.
Yeah, we recently found out, unbeknownst to us, that we were his godparents, and his parents passed away rather tragically in a car accident. So he will be coming to stay with us, and this will be his room. We won't bother showing you. It's very small and kind of gross, really. But we do have the water closet here. Ta-da! A water closet, very exciting. Not really a lot that we need to do in here other than we're going to put something kind of opaque on the window so that you have a little more privacy in here, but you still get light. And then we're going to add some little tile backsplash around the sink to protect this from water damage, but that's really it. It's a water closet. It's functional. And that's really it for the entryway. Are we forgetting anything?
Nope, this is it.
All right.
And we'll add some pictures going up the stairs.
Yes.
And we have a few, but
we've put up a few pictures that we've found so far, and we are going to put one here, which I will show you. Currently, it's in the next room in the parlor. So let's go. So as you go to the right from the entry, this is the parlor. This room was mostly empty when we got it. A lot of the stuff you're seeing is stuff we've added. The couch was here, but that was pretty much it. The pillows weren't here. We did pick up a little coffee table and an end table, some lamps and things. Obviously, there's a lot more we want to do in here. And, the coat rack will be gone.
What?
Yeah, as I mentioned, there's nowhere really to store coats right now. It's kind of a problem. This is sort of a running theme throughout the place. Storage is a little bit of a problem that we need to get some more furniture pieces to store things. But we're gonna have a few more chairs here. We actually have a shipping container with a lot of our stuff, our furniture and personal possessions coming over from the US that we're hoping will be here by the end of October or early November. Not to jinx it, but it's being shipped across the Atlantic Ocean right now. So, but yeah, there's a few chairs in there that we want to put here. We're going to have a little kind of coffee table in between. And eventually a little sofa here. Here's our new baby lemon tree. I love him. And we're trying to figure out the best place to put it because it needs a lot of sun. So we're going to move him around until we find somewhere that keeps him happy over winter. Yeah, we're going to put a few little collectibles and things in our curio cabinet that we picked up last week. And yeah, look for another little candelabra to pair on the mantle. I think I mentioned we're going to have a sofa along this wall over here for some more seating in here.
Because the coats have to be moved.
Yes, the coats, we thought we'd leave them in here as like an art installation, but we deliberated on it as a family and just decided it's not working for this space. So this actually is a lovely little piece that did come with the place, and when we bought it from the previous owners, I love this. This is a fire screen that was handmade by some lady. If you can see, there are thousands.
Try not to get the reflection in here.
Thousands of little beads. It's all been hand beaded. This is the Prince of Wales symbol. And this would have been used back in the day. It was very unfashionable if you had any sort of a flush to your skin. It might have looked like you were outside working. If you got a little pink in the face or anything, it might look like you have a sunburn, which was blah. So you would have put this between you if you were a lady. You would have had this between you and the fireplace to keep your face from getting too warm or flushed or looking pink. So just a little bit of interesting history there, but I just really love the Prince of Wales feather design on it. And I can't imagine how long this took some lady to make with all the hand beating, but it's beautiful.
Question is if she did it in front of a fireplace.
Yeah, very good question. What was screening her then? Ooh, who knows? And this is the picture, actually, I just talked about that we are going to hang on the stairway. I don't know how well you can see it with the glare.
Might want to tilt it up and get us there. Yeah, that's
You see
perfect.
that?
Yep.
Now, this is an absolutely beautiful watercolor painting that we were surprised with when we bought the place.
Yeah, well, after the closing, the owner of the real estate company, Mr. Linnell, took me over to his office, and they had an artist do this watercolor. And it was quite the pleasant surprise. It captures the property quite nicely.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. We did not expect this. You know, it was just a gift when we finished the closing on the place. And I really, really love it. So we are going to take it to get matted so it will fit in this frame. And then this will be hanging by the staircase in the entryway. I figured it would look nice there, but also it can kind of reflect or tie into all the postcards that we have of the place over on this other wall. So the entryway, you get several different perspectives of the home throughout its several hundred-year history. We have the modern perspective, what it looks like today, and what it looked like about 100 years ago. So that's pretty cool. So if you come out from the parlor, back through the entryway, and you take a left from the entryway, this brings you into the dining room, which is just a gorgeous, huge space. You can probably hear the echoing. I don't know how it works with these microphones, but at least I'm hearing a lot of echoing.
This is the trial run of these mics.
Yeah, but just because we don't have most of our furniture in here, obviously it's a big empty space, very echoey, but absolutely beautiful. I am so excited for what we're gonna do in here. This is a antique liquor cabinet, and
1930s, I think, if I recall.
I'm not quite sure what they told us about it. The owners sold this to us, as well as these two chairs, but everything else we have brought in. Dora and Tom, who are Scott's parents, they're here right now, and they love needlepoint, so you'll see a lot of that. We've got one here, we've got one there. There's going to be some in the other room and some upstairs. You'll see a lot of it. And then we've picked up a few pieces of crystal and some vases and things, but we found a big buffet table that I think will go here, either here or there. We're still deliberating where things are going to be laid out. And we want to get a very grand, big mirror for this wall, you know, ornate gold on the edges and everything. We haven't found one yet because, you know, I'm sure they get snatched up very quickly here. They're very popular, but we want to put one there. And these chandeliers, these are going to be replaced from something you found, Scott? Was it you or?
Oh, no. A previous listing of my mother's and mine, a client gifted us some chandeliers. And so we'll be swapping these ones currently here out for those.
Yeah, and they're really, really beautiful. They're two huge crystal chandeliers. These are fine. They kind of, you know, take up the space, but we really wanted something more sparkling. And the ones that are coming are all crystal and just gorgeous. And especially if we are able to find a big mirror for this back wall, I think they'll reflect the crystal chandeliers very nicely, and it will just sparkle in here. Hi! So when you're coming in from the dining room, if you keep going, you know, to the left, you will come into the stone room, which this is going to be kind of like the main family living space, I think. As you can see, we just bought a TV, so ignore the box. But we've got some couches in here, some cozy chairs set up. There's this lovely wood burner stove here. We did buy this at a bricant recently, but other than that, a lot of the stuff in here was already in here. Really, we just bought this clock and the TV, and that's pretty much it. This room was already mostly furnished. And we're not going to be doing too terribly much to change it. We're probably going to swap out the coffee table for something that fits the space a little bit better, and maybe adding some throw pillows and blankets and things like that.
A couple of pictures on the wall.
Yeah,
Like a bibliothèque or a bookcase.
Yes, that is true. Actually, I forgot about that. So we did actually at a Brocante find this gorgeous bibliothèque that's going to go right here. That is actually also being delivered today. So I'm very excited to show what it looks like after, but we'll be able to store a lot of really beautiful books here. And we do have this shelf over here, but to be honest, I don't think the white color really fits in this room. So I'm thinking we might paint it, possibly to the same color as the bibliothèque that's coming, kind of a darker wood color, and then use this to store some more books. I think probably a lot of the bottom shelf will end up being cooking books because I love cooking. So we have a lot of cookbooks. And there's this really beautiful little architectural piece here. And I don't know, what do you think it used to be? Like,
I was trying to figure out if it'd be like an old bread oven, but it's pretty low set. And
yeah.
Possibly an older fireplace. I mean, there is a chimney on the opposite side, but again, it's a little bit lower than the fireplace on the other side in the dining room.
Yeah, it's a small little space. There's no hole for a chimney going up, but they might have blocked it off. We don't really know what this was or what it used to be, but it's this really cute little architectural detail. I think for Christmas, Dora was talking about putting like a nativity scene or something in there.
Yeah, my parents bought us a little nativity as
yeah.
one of our wedding gifts, so probably set that up there. There's a French tradition where the nativity is a very big part of their Noel celebrations.
Yeah.
And so I think that might be a good little spot. I mean, it's not a focal point because a lot of people present it up on a table, but
I think
it's a cute little spot.
I think it is a focal point in this room. I like it. My eye is always drawn over here. But
down the road, it could be a good little reading nook for a kid, or
for a kid.
Dog bed area.
Yeah, possibly a pet bed or something. We're trying to figure out the best way to really use this because it is a really cute little architectural detail. It's too small to put any chairs or anything in, but we'll find ways to use it and highlight it, I think. So, this is the stone room.
So that door, we have the kitchen.
Yes. So in here is the kitchen, which we will do a little tour of in just a moment. Over on this side is the West Wing, which I don't know, we may or may not get to do it in this video, if not in a future video. Currently, my cats are staying in there because this has been a huge move for them. They flew overseas, which was a very difficult 24 hours for them in a carrier.
Not traumatic, but it was very adventurous.
It was, yes. And so we're trying to very slowly introduce them to this space, kind of like one room at a time. So over here, there are several rooms in this little wing that they have been exploring and getting used to. And then eventually we'll introduce them to this little stone room and the kitchen. And, we're just breaking them in kind of, or easing them in, I should say, to the space. So that's why they're staying over there for now.
Plus, it's just safer for them with people coming and going, carrying furniture and stuff. We don't want them running out. And
also very true. Yeah, we have been moving a lot of furniture in and out, a lot of open doors. And Logan, the few times he's managed to escape, has just made a bolt for it and just sprinted and did almost escape outside one time. So we're trying to take things slow with them and ease them into the place. So that's why they're over there right now. And
Logan's motto is "The wilderness must be explored."
Yeah, he is an explorer for sure. But eventually over there, we'll talk about this more, like I said, in a future video. Eventually over there, I think is going to be my sewing room, but also some office space for us. So we'll probably spend most of our working time, at least for me, I'll probably be working remotely. Scott hopefully will be as well. We'll have our office over there, and then, even if the cats end up staying over in that wing, we'll all be hanging out together. So yeah, we'll explore some more of that space a little bit later.
Talk about our future project ideas we have for that area.
Yes. Yeah. So this room here, like I said, not a lot of future projects really planned for it other than mostly decorating and furniture and stuff. The kitchen's also mostly pretty much done, so let's head in there.
Wait, we have to talk about our one Halloween decoration.
Yes, right our token Halloween decor. Is this adorable candle that Scott got me, and it Yes, it smells like delicious, delicious apple. But yeah, like I said, everything that we own, really, that we didn't buy here is in a shipping container being shipped across the ocean. So that includes all of our decor, seasonal decor, and otherwise. So this is Halloween. This is Halloween.
This is how people would think I was a little strange walking by and like, what's with the poison apple?
Yeah, the one random poison apple. Happy Halloween.
Now to the kitchen. Now we will take you into the kitchen and the realms beyond.
It's dinner time! That was a terrible Yzma impression.
You can do so much better.
I could do so much better. Yes, welcome to the kitchen, la cuisine. I really love this room. So many places that we had looked at had absolutely atrocious kitchens, just tiny little galley kitchens that were very, very outdated. And when we saw this one, I just fell in love with it because it's clearly been recently updated. It's huge. There's tons of space in here for cooking, for storage, for eating. We have a little kitchen table. I just really love this room so much. And we've put a fair bit in here so far. This might be the room where we've added the most so far because obviously you have to have dishes to eat, right? So one of the very first things we did was went out and bought a bunch of dishes for this room. So we had, you know, plates and cups and eating utensils and things like that.
Even though we have so many coming, but we still needed stuff to eat on. And the same thing, like we added this table. The previous owners left it. It was in the dining room.
Yes, this had been in the dining room.
It fit nicely, but we have a table from my grandparents coming over, and so that will be going in the dining room. And for now, at least, this is the breakfast nook table, although it's been our main.
Yeah, well, it has, because we don't have a table in the dining room, so you can't really eat in there. But you know, his grandparents had this beautiful dark mahogany dining table that's going to be going in the dining room. That wouldn't have really fit in here as much. We needed lighter colors in here, so this table was moved from the dining room into here, and it has served us well. That display hutch in the corner was also there. The previous owners left us that. We are going to be repainting the back of it. It's kind of like a washed out sort of gray.
Shabby chic.
Yeah, but we're going to paint the insides white so you can really see the pieces better that we're going to display in there, which we picked up a few from some bricants so far. So here, for example, this is really beautiful blue and white soup tureen, just absolutely gorgeous. And we've picked up a few other small plates, as well as this big plate, which, really love that. I think this is actually going to end up going on the wall here as decor and to kind of tie into this cabinet, which will all be a bunch of blue and white pieces of, you know, china and plates and such. So we do need to paint, like I said, the inside of this. But other than that, this room is really largely done. Other than putting up a little bit more art on the walls and, you know, unpacking all of our dishes once they arrive, because we have a ton. Yeah, I really love this room. We've picked up a few herbs for the windowsill, obviously.
Plus, we'll be adding some more to our garden once we're able to really start planting again.
I don't know, that might have made a horrible sound on the microphone. I'm sorry. I'm not used to wearing a mic. But no, we have this gorgeous garden space we'll show you that we're going to have a whole herb garden in. But fabulous oven left by the previous owners.
Yeah, great oven, just it's been an adventure trying to
it has.
figure it out.
Yeah, we at least I have never cooked on a gas oven before. None of the places I've lived in have had one. So it's been a bit of an adventure. I mean, we know how to light it and everything, but several of the knobs are a little finicky and you turn them past a certain point and they just shut off, and it's been a learning curve. As well as the fact that this has multiple different kinds of ovens in it. So you have a conventional oven here, which we're used to. This is kind of like a toaster. It's really not even a broiler, it's a toaster, because the space you have to work with is about that thick. So if you have any really thick bread or anything bigger than that, it's not gonna fit. So This is a fan oven, which again, I had never had before. So we've learned that things cook a lot faster and crisp up a lot faster in there. So that's a bit of a learning curve, like learning how to adjust our typical recipes to work in here. And then some storage underneath.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to do a trial run before Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that I really love about this conventional oven side, I always forget which one it is. It has this little built-in rack for you that you could put your meat or whatever it is in here, and then that way it pulls it out for you from the oven. You don't have to lift some heavy thing out of the oven. It's wonderful. So if you're cooking a roast or some really heavy dish or whatever, it pulls it right out.
It's a perfect size for duck à l'orange.
Yes. We did.
That's true, I forgot.
We just got our new fridge. There was no fridge here. There's a small one in the pantry, which I'm not sure if we're going to show you the pantry because as of right now, it's a disaster room.
It's not a disaster, it's organized chaos.
It's an unorganized chaos is what it is. There's a bunch of stuff. We're still figuring out where things are going to be stored, how they're going to be organized, where we want different things throughout the house. So the pantry has become something of a catch-all right now, and we need to figure out how we're going to organize it. Maybe after a little tidying up, I'll show you. But the owners did leave us a small old fridge there that we've been using until now, but it was very small. And we just got this.
In France, it's known as an American refrigerator.
Yes, this is so funny to me. The double door style like this, here in France, it's known as an American refrigerator. In America, it's known as a French door refrigerator. So who knows who came up with that? I think they're trying to blame the other or credit the other. I don't know. But anyway, it's huge and we love it. And we just got it yesterday. So beautiful.
Yeah, so behind this door is a storage pantry.
Yeah.
Well, that might get shown at some point. Again, it's just for storage.
I mean, we can
shelves.
just briefly kind of show. It's just mostly like dishes and things. This is not as chaotic as the other pantry. This is just going to be kind of for larger dishes that we don't use as often, really. And then
through this door is the proper cool storage room, what we're calling the pantry.
Yeah.
There's the other secondary fridge in there, as well as some shelving for storage. Yeah. And then there's another doorway in, or another room for the boiler and the washroom.
Yeah. Yeah, we may or may not show that, eventually maybe in another video.
Probably in some video, hopefully when, I don't know, hopefully no cause of an issue or anything that leads to that video, but.
Yeah. So yeah, this is where a lot of the food is, but also some other like cleaning supplies and trash bags and a bunch of garden tools. Just random stuff right now.
The public really wants to see.
Yeah, really. I'm sure you're very interested in seeing our food storage. But there is also a drying rack in here right now because there's no dryer, which is apparently pretty common in France. Like a lot of people just don't have dryers. You often just have a washer. And so for a stopgap measure for us to dry our clothes on, we put a little drying rack up here in the pantry. And then if you turn to the right here from the pantry and you go back into this space behind this wall is the boiler room, which contains the washing machine and the boiler and the hot water heater and a little sink to do some laundry in. So it's not very interesting. The only thing we might be doing in there is we might be swapping out the small washing machine for a larger one and hopefully adding a dryer if we can get it to fit. It's kind of a tight space, but we would really love to have a dryer. That is one of those American things that we have become accustomed to and we would like to have if we can have it.
It would just make things a lot easier, especially when family comes to visit and when we have kids eventually.
Yes, yeah, we do want to have kids in a few years, and that's a lot of laundry. And because it's a little cooler here, and especially in this room right next to the river, clothes don't dry that fast, just kind of hang drying them. So a dryer would really, really help with that.
And we only have one towel drying rack in the entire place.
Yes.
Which is up in the upstairs bathroom.
Yeah. That is in the upstairs floor, which will probably be a future video because I'm sure this one's getting pretty long. And then back here we go to our mudroom. So one thing we forgot to talk about is yesterday we met our closest neighbors for the first time. because he brought over this absolutely beautiful welcome basket with stuff from his garden. It was so lovely. We've got figs and tomatoes, a ton of walnuts in here. I mean, so many walnuts. And this huge courgette, zucchini in American lingo, courgette here. Yeah, it was just so nice of him. We've only seen them kind of in passing. We've waved when walking in, and Scott and I had talked about, oh, we should like bake some pastries or something to bring over and introduce ourselves, but we've been so busy we haven't gotten to it. And he came over yesterday and gave us this beautiful basket. So we gave him some of our apples from the trees in the back. It was very nice, and we're gonna go meet for drinks sometime. It'll be great.
And now, mudroom.
Ta-da! So exciting, not really. This is where you come in from the back garden area, this little back door, which we'll do a tour of later. But yeah, this is where you come in, you know, change your shoes.
Look at all the space for activities.
Yeah. So we'll probably put some coat racks or something up here, I think, maybe. Looks like there might have been some, I don't know, just some little hooks to hang things on. You know, fuse box.
Storage, yeah, this is where the fuses are.
Yeah, the fuse is very exciting. Like I said, shoe and boot storage. And then you do have this tiny little bathroom here, this kind of wet shower. Yep. Which, I'll be honest, it's actually the one I'm using right now because the one upstairs is very small. You'll see it. Perfectly functional, but I prefer this one. The one issue, I don't know how echoey this is in here, so I'll stand out here. The one issue is there's kind of a lack of storage, which we're gonna try to fix. So we bought a little shower rack, which you can see in the bottom corner. We need to put that up. And we also bought some more hooks to kind of put up on the wall.
Put a mirror there for
the mirror is temporary. It's gonna be above the sink once we can get it put up. But then we do have this window here. Can you see? And this, we're gonna do the same thing as that other water closet. We're gonna put some kind of opaque filter.
Looks like the birds knocked over the bath.
Oh, wow, yeah. But we'll put a little, you know, privacy screen here that'll still let the light in, but people won't be able to see in. And then the mirror will be put here above the sink. So we just have to put up a few little things in this room, and it will pretty much be done. It's a very functional bathroom. And really, that's it for the ground floor. So I think our next video, we'll be looking at the first floor.
Second floor for Americans.
Yes. We'll talk about that more in the next video. So.